Jasmine, thank you. Developing news out of South St. Louis tonight. 3 people are in custody after an hours-long standoff with police where shots were fired. It all went down at an apartment on Utah in the busy Tower Grove South neighborhood. That's where 5 on Your Side investigative reporter Jacob Long is live with the very latest. Jacob?
Well, Morgan, I can tell you on a normal day, this area is pretty quiet, but neighbors have been telling us that they've had issues in the past with this particular apartment building here behind me. And those problems, as evidenced by the broken windows in that top right unit, really seem to escalate to a whole new level today. And in the last 10 or 15 minutes, we got some brand new information about the man at the center of all of this. This is a new booking photo we got of 27-year-old Kyle Johnson Clark. He is the person who was wanted for a murder back in May out of Richmond, Washington. And he is the man who St. Louis police say was responsible for this 5-hour standoff that really took over Tower Grove South with lots of law enforcement activity. The FBI, U.S. Marshals, and St. Louis police all working this case. That got started about 10 o'clock this morning when they got a tip that Johnson Clark might have been hiding out in this apartment. Not only was he wanted for that murder in Washington State, he was wanted for a parole violation in Missouri, and I'm told he's a person of interest in several recent violent crimes here in the city of St. Louis. The St. Louis SWAT team, crisis negotiators, they worked together today and eventually got him and 2 other people inside that apartment to surrender peacefully, but not before police say that Johnson Clark fired several shots inside the apartment and outside at the officers. We talked to a woman whose boyfriend lives on this very block earlier about how worried she was when all of this was unfolding.
It's just really scary knowing it's right where he lives. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned about his neighbors. I know those folks too.
And no one was hurt today, and no officers had to exchange gunfire or return any shots. They did, though, I'm told, recover several firearms inside that same apartment. We're still working to learn more about Johnson Clark and what charges he could be facing here locally and when he might have to go back to Washington to face charges for that outstanding murder. We're live in Tower Grove South. Jacob Long, 5 on Your Side.